Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. Um, if you are checking this out for the first time in a long time, thank you so much for checking out the live. I gotta send a an invitation out real quick to Fat Trophy Wife. If you are not familiar with Fat Trophy Wife, aka TMZ Trophy, uh, aka I'm sure she's got a lot of aliases, but yeah, she's coming on. We're going to talk about what is going on April 6th. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Is that a pink Versace flame shirt?
The pink Versace flame shirt. No, it says no thanks
Uh,
on it.
okay, I just assumed that it might simply because peace, Matt Plant. I love you very much. Um, well, you just went to the listening party for Saint Dion's Pink Versace Flame Child. Can you tell me a little bit about
Yes.
that?
We just stopped by there, my brother and I. The music was the music was amazing. Um I had listened to some of Saint Dion stuff, but his new project it definitely it like is, it has a new vibe to it. Sorry, I got really stoned right before I went there, so I could, like enjoy the music. So I'm still kind of riding off of
I
that.
get it. I
Um,
get it.
there was a lot of people that came to it too. I was surprised. It was pretty packed.
It's really, really good to hear. I've been a fan of Saint Dion for a long time. He's been on the podcast last year when I got to speak to him at the Sundown Festival. He was really excited to talk about Pink Versace Flame Child. So I'm glad that it came out. It came out well. I think the way you described it to me on a text message um, was great. If you could please give me that same description.
Absolutely not. Sorry.
Can I can I do it? Oh, and I say it with with all of the most love. Basically, it's comparable to the music of Kanye West, and I say that with the utmost respect because when you take away the fact that he's batshit crazy, he's probably one of the most genius creatives of all time.
Yeah.
So I to say that it sounds Kanye-ish isn't by any means a bad thing. Um, but if it in fact is kind of like an earmark because everybody misses the old Kanye, and we've seen where Saint Dion has come as an artist. Like his music has just gotten better and more thoughtful.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to hear Pink Versace Flame Child. I heard a couple of snippets here and there, but I'm very excited to check it out. So you just dropped a new single. Tell me about it.
I did. I did just drop a new single. I guess it's been about a month now. It's called Less Drama, out on everywhere that you stream from, anywhere you could want to hear it, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all of those places. Um, I don't know what to tell you about that song.
So
It's definitely very club vibey. Like that's how it is to me. It's definitely like kind of like a shit talking song.
that's good though. Like, so sometimes you got to put your nuts on the table, or labia or titties, if you were. You got to put it on the table and let the world know that you own it. Um, so one of the things I want to talk about was the Club 49 track.
Mhm.
That's still I gotta paint this scene because it's very very dope to me because I didn't ever expect to see it performed live and I got to see it at Vans and the track starts playing and you're rapping into the mic and there's no sound coming out.
Mm.
And most folks are like, oh shit, they can't hear me. Da, 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 da. The reality is a lot of rap concerts, especially since the advent of the DAT, the digital audio tape, um, back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of rappers have been rapping over their own vocals, right? And then there are 16 guys on stage. They all have microphones, and it's the original track is in the background. You can't hear anything, but they all do, and they're all dudes. And for you to go up there, you the girl, the little girl, rap your ass off, and you could hear it as they were turning the audio up. Just getting louder and louder, and you didn't stop. You just kept going and going and going. It was very, very impressive, very, very dope, and it's something that you don't see enough of, because it allows yourself to fuck up, right? It allows yourself to make a mistake, and people are so afraid of making a mistake that they don't do anything, that they don't deviate, right? They do the same thing everyone else is doing, and no one is going anywhere. So, I think that when I saw you do that, to rap without your vocals in the background, it meant the world to me. As a fan before a friend, as a fan of hip hop, as a fan of rap music, seeing you rap and getting to hear you rap without the vocals in the back when everyone else was doing it, and that shit's whack. Like, that shit. I've been going to rap concerts since the 90s, and I've never seen anyone that I respected as a rapper, whether it was Eminem, the High and Mighty, even Diddy. They didn't rap over their own vocals, right? They maybe they had a hype man, and having a hype man is great. You don't. It's just you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Although, do you ever think about that, of maybe having a hype woman or a hype man, hype person?
Yeah, I've had I mean, so like when I started rapping, it was me and my friend Amanda, and she sang, and so that was cool because there was always somebody else up there, and she was like my hype woman and I was her hype woman. Um and like since then I've had a couple times where someone has like filled in as that role for me. Um but it's a big commitment because they need to know your music as well as possible. They need to know every single word. Um, and that's like a big dedication for anyone's time.
That's
So,
true.
yeah, especially with how I rap and with a lot of it being so fast. I feel like it would be a tricky task. But maybe at some point.
That's a really good point. I hadn't even really thought about how fast you generally rap. Um, can I ask you a question about the beats you pick?
Hmm.
Is there a specific sound that you listen for? Is there like for me, a lot of the beats that I hear from that you rap on seem very much sort of like Bay Area, very E40, Mac Dre, Bay Area influence beats. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. Um, it's I my biggest problem being a rapper, I feel like, is I have a really hard time finding beats. And it's not that people aren't sending me beats, but I guess I do kind of look for a very specific sound. And I don't know until I find it. And it's not always exactly the same thing, but I feel like, yeah, maybe it is kind of like a general sound. It's whatever speaks to me. I like to like go through a catalog and listen to everything and then see, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just listen to all of it.
Um, are there any specific sounds that you're attracted to? Like, there was a time in my life where if the beat had like a sitar or something that sounded Middle Eastern, like that was what stuck with me. Like, that was what I was pulled to.
Hmm.
Is there anything specific that you find yourself like, oh, hard synth lines or like a crazy chopped up rolling bass line, or
Yeah, I definitely like a lot of bass. Um, uh, I don't know. I mean, because sometimes I really like the very like key piano sound as well. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like that's a hard one for me to answer.
okay. It's and it's I mean, there's no wrong answer to these. Like, if it because something hits you, like what you liked yesterday isn't necessarily the thing you like today, isn't necessarily the thing you liked a month ago. Um, oh, I want to show you something. I'm very proud of this. This is I'm quite fucking proud of this. So consistently, right? My favorite, if you were to ask me since about 2007 who my favorite rapper is, I will probably tell you it's Sean Price of Helter Skelter, Boot Camp Click. If you've never heard of him and you're listening now, please check out Sean Price. So Inshallah, which is God willing in Arab, uh, released this special Sean P jacket. Rap Professor P.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, yeah. And check out this big embroidered. Yeah. So I got this at a crazy deal, right? From Inshallah, because they screwed up. Like their manufacturing place, wherever it was, made a boo boo. Now, if you ask me my top 10, top 5, Ghostface Killah will also be in there, without a
Mhm.
question. He is. I don't think he's the best rapper in the Wu-Tang Clan, but he's my favorite. And because they also had around the same time a Ghostface Killah jacket, I got the Ghostface Killah lining. Yeah, yeah. There's only like 5 of these, and I got one. It's cool. It's yeah, it's my
Where'd you find that shit at?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, Inshallah, very cool clothing line. Check them out. They do very, very nice stuff, and including a Sean Price jacket. Yeah.
Nice.
What was the first song that you heard, that you listened to, that got you into rap and hip hop?
Mm, probably probably like I would say Country Grammar by Nelly.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's one of the worst songs ever. Uh, you're my friend, and I feel like I can tell you that without judgment. I think the only great thing about that song is the hook, and that's because he's talking about shooting a bunch of people with a street sweeper,
Yeah.
and he makes it sound
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Cock
And
ready to let it go. Gosh,
at
it's
the
great.
when that came out, I want to say I was in like sixth or seventh grade. And I was like, why do they keep editing out I'm finna let it go? That's not even that's not even a bad thing to say. I I was
They
I was
I
so
do.
confused. I was so young, but that's when I was like, this is interesting. I need to know what he is saying. I gotta look this shit up.
Well, it got you here.
Got me
Uh,
here.
I was talking about this with my buddy Curtis yesterday. We were driving around, and I put on Gangstar because "Take It Personal" from Gangstar is a song that got me into rap. It was like Guru's flow and those opening drums. So like
Mhm.
as I got older, like I tracked down like where those drums came from, and I bought the record that they came from, and dude, I nerded out because of that song. I hope that one day you can have a meaningful moment with Nelly,
Oh,
and you can say, "Thanks for getting me into this, bud."
we'll have a
Just
P Diddy moment, but with Nelly here in
shit,
maybe the near future. I don't know.
man. That's that's also a potential thing. What is your take as an artist? Like as a female artist, some of the things that have come out recently about Diddy, um, as a female working in rap music, um, does do any of the allegations seem hard to believe?
No, not at all. It's not hard to believe at all. It's not hard to believe at all.
I'm not even gonna argue. um, yeah,
He did
did
that
not.
shit. He knows he did that shit, and that's why he's on the run.
Yeah, it's what a world we live in. What a world we live in. Because for many years he was there was an almost wholesome view of him, regardless of the
Yeah,
music that came out.
yeah.
He was everywhere. He was interviewing presidential candidates.
Hmm.
He ran the city for charity. Like, he did a lot of stuff, and he was everywhere, and he marketed himself really well. Um, and he probably had Tupac killed, allegedly.
It's not hard to believe, is all I'm saying.
Of course, of course. Yeah, it's an interesting place, man. I think that more. This is just the tip of the iceberg, um, and I think we're going to see more things come definitely in the next few weeks. And uh, I think we're going to get a lot more details,
Hmm.
and I think that a lot of names are going to be said,
Mm.
and so that ends up being the stuff that I'm interested in, because if we know, and we've known for a while, like there have been rumors about this man for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
What other names are going to come out? Because Boosie made a very, very good point in that all these cats that were going to his parties for 20 or 30 years,
Hmm.
they're on a man, really. Um, uh, yeah, there's just where there's smoke, there's fire, but there's going to be a lot of names that come out. Now, I think her name is Daphne Joy, one of 50's children's mother, was essentially wrapped up in this, and the allegation is that she is a sex worker.
Hmm.
She came out today with some allegations against 50, and yeah, crazy biker dude 08 says there's a lot of talk about the connection with Ashton Kutcher. I haven't heard anything specifically about Ashton Kutcher. The Yeah, he was tied up with Danny Masterson. Like there's some definite interesting conversations to be had, and there's some questions that really, really need to be asked.
Hmm.
First one is what happened with Diddy and Usher. Okay. Apparently Diddy or Usher saw and participated in some crazy shit, and there are crazy rumors about that time. But if that's your artist, if you're now a label owner and you're signing people and you sign Justin Bieber, why do you have him hang out with Diddy for 48 hours if you know what he did?
That's got to be part of your. It's got to be part of your deal with him. It's got to. It's got to be. Or you
It's
just don't
terrifying.
care. Or you
It's
just don't care.
and I think that there's, to a degree, um, a lot of folks don't, and they make it obvious in their movements, in their performance, in the symbology. There's a lot going on there that is never going to be unpacked. But
Mhm.
I think a lot of the rumors will be substantiated.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, Keith D has definitely been an interesting person to listen to over the last few years, especially in regards to um, Diddy and Tupac stuff.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah,
Juicy.
did he do it? Probably. The names are coming out, and People can't run from it. They can't hide from it.
I'm glad. And it seems like a lot of people had some type of non-disclosures also that are expiring, or I'm not exactly sure how that
I
works.
mean, if you are already under a lot of fire, right? So Diddy's got, X amount of stuff going on. One of the last things he's worried about is whether, like somebody who breaks a non-disclosure agreement, because so many non-disclosure agreements have been broken by now,
Yeah,
and he's not going to be able to afford to go after everyone that breaks a non-disclosure agreement.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Excuse me. Let's talk a little bit about the 6th, April 6th. We have
April 6th.
the Bill Baker and Friends comedy show coming up. You just agreed to do 5 minutes, which I'm very excited. Have you done comedy before?
I have not.
Okay. Okay. So what did your brother, comedian Joe Stoltz, say when you told
I
him?
haven't told him yet.
Well, you hung out with him today and you didn't tell him? Is it like,
No,
oh,
I
I'm
didn't
going to be
tell
doing
him.
stand-up. Do you have any tips?
No, because I what I want to show him isn't ready yet, and I know that he would be like, "Well, show me what you have. Show me, tell me what you have." And also, the first bit that I wrote is pretty embarrassing. I don't want to do it for him. I don't want to do it.
Okay, so I've heard your brother say some really, really terrible things about, I'm sure, really nice people, for laughs and money. Like, I'm pretty sure you can tell him anything. Um,
Oh, I know I can.
yeah, yeah, and even if it sucks, he'll tell you if it sucks, and you can work on it. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it for a bunch of different reasons. One of them, it's your first time doing it, and I think that that's a lot of fun, and it's going to be different for you because you've got a lot of stage experience. So it's not like your nerves are going to be different, or maybe they will be because you're doing something different because you don't have music behind you, and it's just you and a microphone
Mm-hmm.
and a stool and a cup with
Mm-hmm.
a liquid in it.
Mm-hmm.
So is that part
Of
intimidating?
course, yes. Especially because if you've ever seen me perform, I do not talk on the mic very much. I'm not super comfortable with it. I get nervous. I have anxiety. Um, I avoid it. I tend to avoid talking on the mic.
So Britt Carr is just popped in, and she's another comedian. She's performed with your brother and I at Coops.
Oh, awesome.
She's also performing. She's the woman standing on the Uzi.
Ah, ah, nice.
Yeah, she's good people. And Crazy Biker Dude, yeah, everyone's staring at you. But the great thing is you're not the headliner, right? Like that's the really cool thing, and that's why, generally speaking, like I like to go first. I love to be the opening act because I get to work my new material, and every time that I do 5 minutes, I'm working new material and checking out what works, what doesn't. I learned that my Bigfoot joke does not work. That's
Oh.
okay. It just means I've got to dial it in and make it not suck. But in saying that, like, yeah, they're not there to see you. You're fine. You're fine, except for the people who are coming for the after party. That's
And we're like, well, she fucked this up, but this after party is lit.
she's got way more experience with after parties.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stick to what you're good at.
Apparently, for me, it's not much. He does comedy like he does sex. Well, Britt, how do you know? Yeah, 5 minutes max. 5 minutes. Yeah.
Max being the
You know
key.
what? Uh, I mean, how long do you need me for? I mean, generally speaking, the second that I open my mouth, women want me to leave. I one time I was making out with a chick, and she said to me, um, "Do you think you could sleep with someone that you hated?" I had another girlfriend tell me that she was glad she met me because she knew what she didn't want.
Oh. Oh.
I have one
Poor
girlfriend
gal.
who is now a very well established man. He's a pretty successful guy. Yeah.
I also have an ex who he is now a successful woman.
And good for her. Good for her. Good for her.
That was your ex-wife?
Which one? Oh, man. Yeah.
She.
Yeah. Oh, man. So,
If you're not,
so
if you're not technically divorced, it doesn't count.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. So have you thought about any of the music that you're going to play on Saturday? Is there anything that you want to play for people that you're like, I want people to hear this one particular song. If nothing else, I just want to be able to play this song.
Ooh. I've been. I feel like you don't know all of the ridiculous and ratchet music that I really like. But I want to
I love
play.
Sexy Red.
Okay. Well, we'll
I'm
come
ashamed
back
to
to
admit
that.
I love Sexy Red. My
She
coochie pink, my booty hole brown. It's a heart.
she does have a couple songs, but that I you can't I can't sing along to that.
Good.
It's
You should.
just a
You should.
little past my comfort zone.
It should be. However, I think that as long as we're adults, right? Like there's a time and a place for it. Like there's a place for that. There's a place
Mhm.
for Kaya, I don't remember her name. There's
Yeah.
a place for everything.
Yeah.
Um, and a wise man once, I was shitting on Nickelback one day, and he said, not everything has to be Led Zeppelin. Some shit can just be good shit.
That's fair.
And you know what? I kind of appreciate it. I appreciate that because not, and it doesn't have to be.
Mhm.
Sometimes it can just be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, it is a little bit disheartening when you see it played in kindergartens. That was weird. Yeah,
What?
yeah. So I saw a shit on YouTube, right? Or not YouTube, Instagram. It was little girls singing that song to like their school teacher. Like, sing a song, and they're singing Pound Town. Like, some kids don't have very good parents.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, some people just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
selfish. They're selfish.
yeah. At least play the clean version, if such a thing exists.
Yeah, exactly. The clean version.
Yeah,
Please
let's
play the
the clean version
STD
of Booty
free.
Hole Brown.
well, well, booty hole's not a bad
No,
word.
not at all. And Coochie isn't either. Get on down to the hoochie coochie. Get on down to the hoochie coochie. Yeah, in the right context, it's okay. Right? Get on down to the Chattahoochee. It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can get away with it. And shout out to Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson was a G, man. Like he was cool. I liked Alan
He
Jackson.
was the first man to get the word coochie on the radio and it not be.
And he got it. Yeah, God bless him. God bless him for getting it out there. Um, at making it accessible to everyone. And that's what's important.
That is what's important.
Um, is there any so going back to the question, um, is there anything specific you're looking forward to playing for people that maybe they
I'm
haven't heard yet?
I'm gonna play some Mexican OT. I've been really liking him. I like his stuff. I really like that sound, that dirty South sound. I like that shit. Um, he also has like a really unique catalog.
He can
So
rap.
yeah,
He
yeah.
can. That's the thing that that's what got me about him is he's a better rapper than the legends that are behind him, and that's pretty cool because
Hmm.
they have to recognize that this kid is a monster,
Yeah.
and he wears the flag well. Him and XB the Plug,
Hmm.
who I believe is also from Houston. Um, these dudes are just
Come here.
monsters. Yeah, dog. Is that a dog or a cat?
It's my dog,
What dog do you have?
Archie.
Oh.
He's
It
here in the
does.
traffic.
It doesn't surprise me that you've got a wiener dog. I don't. That doesn't. It doesn't surprise me that you've got like a small dog, something that can fit in a purse.
He The funny thing is Archie he does not like to cuddle. He doesn't he's a little bougie. He doesn't want you to pick him up. He doesn't want to be held. He'll whimper if you touch his ears because he's afraid you're gonna hurt them. He's such a baby.
What'd you do to him?
I didn't do anything to him.
Apparently, you did.
When I got him, he was a year
Oh,
old.
he'd already been traumatized.
Yeah, I got him when he was a year old, and his owner was probably in his like 60s or 70s, and his dog had gotten pregnant and had a litter of puppies, and he just had a litter of puppies that were all like a year old, and so he had like eight to ten wiener dogs running around his house.
Just
And
wieners
actually,
everywhere.
yeah, wieners everywhere. Um, Archie actually looked the most like a wiener dog because they're mixed with something else, but I can't remember what it is.
All right.
Oh, there you
Uh,
go. There's a quick rundown of my dog's history.
I
You
just
need some
wanted to know
more
what
dog
songs you were going to play.
tips.
Yeah. And that's how we started. Uh, all right. Um, cool. So then what's next? What's the next single you're dropping?
Ooh, the next single I'm dropping. I have a couple different things going right now. Um, I know I have a song with Stevie the Blessed. It's not out yet, and I'm not sure if it's going on her project. And then I also have a song with Six Star, that's going to be on their new album, I believe.
The one that just
Um,
came out? Well, they just dropped a new record. Uh,
gosh, I can't
was it?
remember. Did they?
Yeah. It's like a pirate themed Barbarians or something.
I honestly can't remember.
Yeah.
Um, I
It's
have
out.
both of I have both of those. And then I'm working on a couple things also. I'm just not sure which one is gonna come first.
Gotcha. You got to figure out. You got to get them lined up,
Mm-hmm.
and then figure out because what I'm learning is you've got to be strategic in everything. If you're releasing music,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the thing is, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
to for the best chance of success. You can't just
Mm-hmm.
willy
You can't
nilly
just, yeah.
drop it. So yeah, I'm excited to hear you and Stevie. I think that Stevie is easily one of the best, if not the best, female rappers in Alaska. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Props to
She's
Stevie.
amazing.
She's if it's not you, it's her. If it's not her, it's you. And I think that the fact that you two are together on a track,
Mm-hmm.
I think is special.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to hear the bars, like,
Mm-hmm.
because she the only way I could ever describe her is like um when Nicki Minaj spits, but she's not rapping about garbage. Like she's not rapping about
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
If Nicki Minaj was a member of Tribe Called Quest,
Right.
I think that's fair. And so, yeah, check out Stevie the Blessed. If that sounds like something that, you might be into, I wonder what Nicki Minaj would have sounded like if she hung out with Q-Tip and Fife and Ali Shaheed. And Jabari, you don't want to forget him. The fourth member of Tribe. I think he was only on like the first album.
Shout out to Jabari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsung legend. All right.
Do we need to talk about anything else about the show? Have we mentioned everything?
We've got some. Okay, so let's mention the comics, right? Let's talk a little bit about them. Brittany Carr, Angie Wellborn, Curtis Dunham. Headliner is Mick Nicola. We've got quite a few special guests, not on the flyer, not on the poster. Brandon Miller is on the poster. He is a very, very funny comedian from the peninsula. He's back. Just going to be a great show. Going to be a really, really good show. And because it's Parker's, you can say whatever nasty, dirty shit you've always wanted to say. Like, if you really want to say some dirty, nasty shit, like, this is a place you can do it.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Parker's.
Yeah, like,
I
listed
like Parker's.
Parker's is great. Parker's is my
Yeah.
Eddie. I love Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie is one of my best friends in the world.
Yeah,
Eddie's
great.
Yeah. So that'll be Saturday, September 6th at 8 p.m. Cover is $10. You can also get your tickets on Eventbrite. So, thumbs up to Eventbrite. You might even be able to go into 5150 and give Dave some money and just get a ticket that way.
Oh, yeah. Where's the Eventbrite link at?
Yeah, you know what? If you go to the original flyer on my Instagram page, you'll see it. It's attached to that post. I also think that if you punch in Bill Baker Kenai on Eventbrite, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get what that is. By the way, I apologize to anyone if my yawning is screaming. My boys spent the night last night, and so for those of you that don't know, me and my wife splitting up, and little boys, my sons, spent the night with me last night, and they were tuckered out. They went to sleep at like 8, so I went to bed at like 8:05.
Hey.
And yeah, and they got up at like 6.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Britt Van Carp dropped the link. Thank you. That's the teammate. That's the teammate. We're all trying to buy our mountain.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for the show. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what material people are going to use. I encourage for this show, like for the performers that are veterans, they know what they're going to do. But if they want to try something new, they want to try something a little bit different, this is definitely a place they can do that. It's not the same format. It's a much looser format than, say, like a power plant show. Like Matt Plant shows are very organized. Everyone knows where they are. Mm-hmm. And on mine, it's still the same way, except probably drunker and more vulgar. Yeah. I think that's how you describe, like, the difference between his shows and my shows is that you can with Matt Plant, people are paying $25 for their tickets. So even if you're the 5-minute opener, you want to do really, really good, because while they didn't pay to see you, so it's kind of okay if you bomb. You want to make sure. I want to make sure that people at least feel like they got $5 worth out of that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and she's right. I put on clusterfuck shows, not really, but they go fucking fun. We've got a green room. We've got a green.
Oh,
yeah. So like Power Plant, they have a nice green room, and they take care of us. at Main Street in Kenai. They are incredible to us. We've got a green room that is away from the public.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So Parker's was a hotel. So we took over one of the hotel rooms and we made it our
Oh,
green room.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. I've been
Yeah.
in there, but I didn't realize that makes sense. Ah.
Yeah. I do want to give a really, really solid shout out to one of our sponsors, and that is Red Run Cannabis Company. They are
Yes.
providing lodging. I recommend check out their Airbnb. They've got they call it a Zen retreat. It's where we do all of our company retreats, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Are you bringing anyone with you?
I'm not for sure yet.
Well,
My son
you
also
froze.
has. Oh, am I?
I mean, I understand it's. Yeah, you froze for a second.
Yeah, we have some family down there. My boyfriend's brother and his wife live in Kenai, Kasilof, somewhere,
We'll give them
somewhere
tickets.
around there.
If they're coming, I'll make sure they have tickets.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really cool. Y'all doing a whole family trip.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We might be. We might be.
Okay.
I I really like going out that way in the summertime. It's beautiful.
It is. It's terrifying in the breakup season.
It is indeed.
I mean, there's really only one great time to drive in this state, and that's the summer.
Yeah,
Anything
you're not
else is
wrong.
like it's fall and winter, and those are the two other
Mhm.
seasons. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the show on the 6th. I've learned a lot about comedy, especially in the last like 5 months, doing all the shows, traveling, talking to like working comedians down in Austin. I know that we have really funny people here. We have some and we live in a place that has some very funny circumstances that just happen to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have an opportunity at very low cost to kind of show the world what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for it. This is also the first show, like the first comedy show I've charged for because I think it's
Oh, yeah. I
yeah,
didn't realize that. That's awesome.
yeah. Every other comedy show that I've ever done has been free
What made you decide to do it differently?
because there's a value to it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that what we are going to present on Saturday, hopefully, is worth more than $10 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want people to feel like they didn't get their money's worth.
Right. Of course.
So I think $10 is fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's $10 is fuck, dude. That's a sandwich at McDonald's now.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So yeah, I think everyone has $10 they can part with, especially if it means getting out of the house and having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And Brittany is right; they will get their money's worth through her performance. She's going to be fire dancing inside, so hooray for Danger! Yeah, yeah,
Hey.
she might die, and you know we'll miss her, but the show will go on. It'll absolutely go on. We won't even stop performing. Next comedian's going to go right back up while she's still smoldering.
Your burning carcass will keep us warm.
Yes.
Thank you, friend.
All right. So it is 10:50, almost 11. I may or may not go watch an 80s movie. I don't know.
Do
First
it.
time her heart's been warm. Ah!
The worm. Oh,
All right.
Archie thinks I'm talking to him. You want to say bye?
All right. So, Trophy, I'm going to let you go. We will talk again this week. We'll talk very, very soon. Thank you, everyone that tuned in, everyone that dropped a comment, asked a question, any of that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. Have a wonderful evening, day, night, whenever it is you are listening to or watching this. Thank you very much for listening and watching this.
Hey, have a good one,
Hey,
Bill.
have a better one.